Hi, this is John from Chicago, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing you digital tiny whoops. It's a new thing that's out. The digital is getting smaller and smaller all the time, and they're getting so you could build your own or buy, and pretty soon you'll be able to buy them off the shelf to have digital. This last year I think the digital is taking a big bite into analog. It's not in racing yet, but it's in everything else for these quadcopters. I have 14 DJI quadcopters right now, and my three smallest ones are these right here. And these are still pretty big for flying in the house, but it can be done. I know Andy RC kind of likes this one here. It weighs 155 grams dry weight. It's the GEP RC Rocket Plus. It has a full-size air unit in, full-size camera, and the video is really fantastic. And this, I love this thing for exploring outdoors, but I fly it indoors, but it is heavy. Some people comment, well, if you hit a TV, you're going to take the TV out, but if you're good, you don't hit the TV. Next one is, it's an 85 millimeter. It's a iFlight. This is a A85 they call it. This has a dry weight of 90 grams, and it has 1303 motors, a 4S. This thing moves pretty good, and again, I've flown this indoors, although again it's pretty big for indoor flying on a smaller house. My next one here is one I do fly a fair amount indoors. This is a Beta FPV 85X. This has a dry weight of 65 grams, and they make its little brother be about this size right here. This is not one right here, but this would be like that. This would be a 75X on size, and it weighs 55 grams. So I've flown both of those in the house. I have a video on it. It's linked down below if you want to see it. But they're kind of on the borderline of what you really want to fly indoors. But if you're good, you could fly them indoors, and it's nice to have the good video. And outdoors are just fantastic. What made me do this video, or get into this, the digital side of these tiny whoops, is Nick Burns. He made me spend $320 to get this. He put up a challenge. 6 days ago he put out his video. He built two tiny whoops, both of them 75 millimeters. One had smaller 0802 motors, 12,000 kV. That weighed 34.5 grams dry weight. And then he built one with 1102 motors at 9,000 kV, and that weighed 40.2 grams. So he challenged people to see if they could build one better or lighter. Just come up with a build and see what you can come out with. So I took them up on it, and I contacted a couple of different vendors. They all have them on stock. I was surprised. I thought, oh, I won't be able to get one. They're all pre-ordered, but no, they have them at their stores. So I ordered from Race Day Quads. I got it 3 days later. Came in the mail. And what it comes with, it's their combo. It's $320. It comes with your HD adapters for your goggles. It comes with a camera, a RunCam Nano HD. It's 14 millimeters wide, so I had to use an adapter to make it wider to fit in this canopy. The canopy is also quite big because this is what the Beta FPV canopy 75X and 85X uses. But the camera is pretty well protected in here, so it worked out pretty good. That's a 3.9 gram canopy. You could do something like Nick Burns did and use something around a gram. This is a US 65 Pro canopy. So you could save almost 3 grams or 2.8 grams or something with that, or you could do something in between, or I think there's people that are going to make canopies for these. But anyways, this is, the camera is in there, and then this is the board. This is the air unit. It's just a single board, and this weighs 5.5 grams. You just connect the power. There's the 4 leads right in there. 2 of them are power, plus and minus. You could go anywhere from 7 to, I think, well, from 2S up to 4S. And then you need an RX and a TX connected on the other 2, and that's all you need to do to wire this thing in. So this is what I'm building. Mine, I got the motors here, the 1102 motors from a Sailfly. I think they're 9,000 kV. And I'm using the CrazyBee version 3 all-in-one whoop board with the SPI FrSky receiver in it. So my build right here, this is, it's going to end up with it's 44 grams now, and I think I'm missing about a gram of screws and wiring. So it'll be right at 45 grams, which is a little bit over twice what a standard 75 millimeter whoop weighs for dry weight. The other thing though is these with the 9,000 kV motors, I could get by with 2S, and going from a 3S to a 2S battery saves you almost 10 grams. So you're, beside the 10 gram drop from the single board to the double and the smaller cameras, you could save another 10, so you're 20 grams lighter than what the DJI quadcopter is, even with a decased Vista unit. 55 and 65 gram dry weights on these two have decasted Vistas on them. I haven't had any problems with the decasted, no overheating or anything like that, although you don't want to just leave it plugged in sitting there. If you're flying, you're good. So the goggles themselves are quite easy to put this unit on. I'm going to use Velcro tape and just tape that right on there. That should fit good. These are my Skyzone Oled goggles. It comes with a HDMI cable that connects it there, and it has another cable it comes with that goes right into the fan port of your battery. And then you have to supply 2 standard circular polarized antennas for the goggles, and a whip antenna. You have to provide that for your quad. So that's what you need, and it looks pretty easy, and it should be a weight that should work out in the house. I would say a 40 gram or 45 gram dry weight tiny whoop is doable for house flying. If you have any comments or questions, this is part 1. I'll have a part 2 coming up. Please leave your questions below, and if you want to see something addressed in the part 2 for flying or something, let me know, and I'll try to touch base on that on my next video there. So if you've got comments or questions, leave those below. And this is John from Chicago, and thanks for watching.